This week's feeding clinic inmates are eating machine Mark at 22 stone 3 pounds and at half his weight convenience food casualty Dale. They're about to face their first full day's diet swap, and Superskinny Dale has no idea what he's in for. While Mark's endless intake is about to prove Dale can eat more, a menu of minute servings will hopefully prove to Mark he can survive on less. To kick off, it's a deceptively small cheese panini with crisps and a cola for Dale. While for Mark, just a cup of coffee awaits.
Is that it?
That's all, sorry.
Kidding.
That'll set you up for the day, don't it?
Yeah, enjoy it. It's a substantial, hearty breakfast.
For someone who's never eaten breakfast, Dale's making a brave start.
Now I'm eating, I'm starting to feel like, you know, it's not that hard to eat something in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm just so used to not eating anything in the morning.
We say we don't have time, we're busy. I find time to make food.
I really have tried my best to eat all that, and that is as far as it's going to go this last crisp.
That's what you think, Dale.
You're right, Dale. I've got an in-betweener snack for you.
Chocolate.
And hardly has Dale had time to digest his breakfast and mid-morning chocolate snack, then it's off for one of Mark's favourite meals, a massive pub lunch.
One of my favourite meals, Dad.
What, pork chop and potato?
Ham chop, mash, gravy.
Certainly looks better than that dry pasty, Mark.
I really, I could have tucked into that. The tummy was yearning, the mind was willing to climb into it, so there was a part of me that's really envied having that meal.
But one man's meat is another man's poison.
Is that meat or is that fat?
That's a combination.
Ooh. It's just fat. That's like fat from an animal, so all it's doing is just going to go straight back onto you and be fat on you. Eating the fat was disgusting. It tasted really salty and chewy. At this moment in time, what I'm feeling, bloated and sick.
Hot on the heels of all that fatty meat, it's time for another pasty, this time for Dale.
How could you be peckish after what we've just had to eat?
There you go. When I said that I eat continuously through the day.
You wasn't lying.
I know. Well done.
Empty plate.
That evening, having fought through 4 times the food he'd normally eat, Dale's plugging on with a massive meat feast pizza.
This is really greasy.
But this time it's Mark's turn to rebel over a microwaved macaroni cheese.
It's funny how I was quite looking forward to dinner tonight, but this is not doing it for me.
Is it not?
No. I'm not going to eat any more of that, eh?
Why not?
Not tasting very nice.
I think you should eat it. You know, I didn't want to eat crisps this morning.
Yeah, you're right.
There's only a bit left anyway.
No, you're right. You're right. I'll eat a bit more. I don't know when I'm going to eat again, so...
Eating when you're not enjoying something's never easy. But for the estimated 1.6 million eating disorder sufferers in Britain, issues around when, what and how much to eat dominate every waking moment. Over the past 6 weeks, we've followed 3 women with different eating disorders as they've embarked on an 8-week course designed to help establish healthy relationships with food and their bodies. 32-year-old Meena Krishnan suffers from bulimia.
I don't really like looking at myself. I don't own any mirrors, except for a tiny one which we're doing my makeup in.
34-year-old Emma Paul suffers with anorexia nervosa.
I will just go round in baggy jumpers and tracksuit bottoms and everything's covered. You can't tell how thin I am.
And 19-year-old Erin Ruddock suffers from anorexia with a binge purge subtype.
I feel disgusting in the way that I look now. I feel ugly. I need to feel good about myself now, otherwise I'll never ever feel good about myself.
Ursula has brought the group clothes shopping to help address some of their self-esteem issues.
Today I'd like the girls to face their anxieties about the way they look. I want them to try and treat themselves to choose an outfit that looks and feels good and one that challenges their distorted body image.
Clothes shopping for somebody suffering from an eating disorder can be extremely tricky. Typically they may be driven by perfectionist standards and want to make themselves look immaculate, or conversely they may want to hide away their bodies because they're particularly conscious of body shape and weight.
I hate this sort of thing. Basically, I don't like anything about clothes shopping. I don't like clothes very much. I'm trying to look at everything, and there's just too much of it, and there's people everywhere.
To me, it feels like everybody's staring at me and looking at me. It feels unsettling, and I just feel I'm not worthy of such nice, clothes.
I'm really, really excited about clothes shopping. Something that I love to do. I'm more of like a binge shopper as well, I would say. Like, when I go shopping, I pick up loads of things. If I can't make a decision between them, I'll just buy them all if I've got enough money.
Out of all three of them, Erin's the one that will probably find this task the easiest. She loves clothes shopping and she loves fashion. She has no problem in treating herself to clothes. She just has a problem in treating her body to nourishment.
They're nice, but they're not really like going out in,
I like school dresses, but I like them.
For that one, it's a nice brighter colour.
That one's too dark.
Mina might find this task difficult today. She just likes clothes that cover herself, particularly cover areas like her tummy.
It's not really difficult finding things in the right size for me. It's just more a case of finding things that are not a bit flouncy. Everything's got like extra frills, and I just like things to be completely plain, and I hate standing out. I don't like being looked at.
Emma and Erin are both a UK size 4, which is more controversially known as a US size 0.
I find it very difficult to find clothes that fit. Most of the time I have to go into kids' sections.
Every shop's different, though, with their sizes, I find. In some shops, I can wear a 6 or a 4, and in some shops, I buy, like, age 10 to 11, so...
To take the girls further out of their comfort zone, Ursula has asked them to try on some of the clothes they've picked in front of the group.
Ooh la la!
I like this one. I don't want to try anything else on now. I like this one.
Yeah, you're happy with that one?
Nice.
Yeah.
It fits beautifully, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a medium, so obviously I'm hugely fat.
No.
You've got a tiny little waist.
And how do you feel in a dress like that?
I wouldn't usually have like a belt detail, and I suppose it looks something I can wear to work as well, which I like.
It shows you've got a really nice hourglass figure. You've got curves in the right places and your nice tucked-in waist.
It's really nice, yeah, I like this. I did like the way the grey dress looked. It was very, a lot more fitted and stylish than I'd usually wear. I usually go for quite shapeless things.
Wow!
That's really nice.
That is really nice. It seems to fit really well.
I just feel as though I need something over the top of it to help
You
hide
absolutely
it.
don't. Can we have a look at the underneath, or what's it like without jacket?
Look at that.
Oh, that looks lovely.
Yeah.
How do you feel in it?
Awkward, very self-conscious.
Because it's not something you usually wear, is it?
No.
Emma first of all came out with a jacket, and it's important for people who shy away and don't like their bodies to do some exposure work and get used to tolerating what they look like and how they feel.
I'm very good at looking at the negatives than the positives. It's much easier to pick up on where I failed and let myself down.
Flapper lady! That's awesome. Oh, I really like that.
It's very 20s styled, inspired.
Yeah, again, you
lovely.
need some jewellery around your neck, I think.
I need a great big jumper.
You could get a pashmina.
How do you feel in it?
I just don't like the arms.
Well, don't look at your arms, look at the rest of it. How do you feel about the rest
I
of it?
can't, I just keep seeing the horrible
Well,
bits.
focus on the arms, especially the skirt, because that's the bit your eyes are drawn to because it's of the ruffles and the colours. What do you think?
Yeah, it's quite fun, isn't it?
I think through choosing different outfits, it exposed her body in a different way to normal. I think Emma found that quite an uncomfortable experience, but I think it's really great that she did it, and it's quite brave that she confronted her feelings head on.
Wow!
That really suits you, that neckline. That looks really nice.
Yeah, I like the neckline.
Spin.
And the back as well.
As well.
Yeah,
It's really
I guess
nice.
it's the way with the
Comes in.
arrows, that's lovely on your hips.
It's quite a feminine dress and it's very flattering to your figure. How do you feel in it?
I don't feel anything special in it. I can't stop looking at my arms. I think my arms look massive in it.
How can you say that?
I just do.
They look tiny.
But my arms are as big as, like, my waist is.
It's because your waist is ridiculously small. That's why. It's not because your arms are big.
Your arms are small.
Your arms are tiny. Although Erin is generally more confident about choosing clothes, she struggles when any part of her body is exposed. She automatically draws her eyes to it, focuses on it, and is quite critical of it.
I think we look really massive in things like this.
It's really strange that you can think that.
In the same way that Emma feels like she needs to cover up her arms, I feel like I need to cover up my arms, but for the opposite reason. I feel like they're too big, and it makes me look a bit, like blobby and not very nice.
With Erin still struggling to cope, Ursula asks them all to join her for a cup of tea.
So I was just going to ask you guys sort of generally how you felt about things at the minute, reflecting perhaps on sort of the past few weeks or so.
When you've got the infinite choice of what to do, I always do it wrong.
I guess I am very good at ignoring things, but I need to actually take my head out of the sand and actually address the issues and listen to what I've been told and take it on board.
Can you sort of relate to what Emma's saying at all, or...?
I don't want to say anything.
Why?
Because I feel completely stuck.
What I've seen is that you're somebody who puts on a very brave face and tries to cope, but I guess I've seen over the past weeks that you're really not coping well and that things are really on top of you and that you are really stuck and really in a hole at the moment.
I just think it's made me realise how bad I really am.
Over the past 6 weeks, Erin has struggled the most to come to terms with her illness.
I think I've been in complete denial about the extent.
I think you're right. I think physically and psychologically you're quite frail. Is that how you feel?
Completely.
For me, it feels like this is quite a crunch time and that you've got some thinking to do about where you want to go from here, really, to try and get you out of this hole. And I certainly feel like you need more intense support than you're getting at the moment. Yeah. The fact that Erin has recognised how ill she is and that perhaps her health needs to be a priority is a real vital step in the road to recovery and something she really needed to do.
Next time, Erin's condition takes a turn for the worse.
I felt really, quite weak. My hands turned blue and spasmed a bit.
If you've been affected by any of the issues raised, go to our website, channel4.com/Supersize v Superskinny. It's the second morning in the feeding clinic, and while Mark prepares one of his favourite monster fry-ups for Dale,
Breakfast time.
Dale's still recovering from the night before.
Last night I was sick, from all the food that I'd eaten. That shows me just how bad Mark's diet is. If it's making me feel sick just after 2 days, then, what does that say about him?
And that's how the diet swap works, by showing them both how their extreme diets affect each other.
Enjoy.
Well, Mark, Dale's going to enjoy that as much as you'll enjoy your glass of water.
And how did your body react, yesterday to all the food that you had?
And I just thought, oh my God, my world's ending. I can't possibly eat anymore.
Yeah.
And then when I was laying in bed, I could feel like food swimming about in my stomach. It just felt horrible. And I was sick twice.
Got sick twice? Wow. The fact that my diet is making somebody else physically ill rings warning bells to me. Yeah, that's going to lead to an untimely death.